So this was definitely not how I thought my morning was gonna go. Like, I was just chilling, scrolling through my feed on X, right? Just minding my own business, and suddenly I see this post from KreekCraft, and it says, Roblox Grow a Garden is officially becoming a movie. And I'm sitting there like, what? I thought it was a meme, or maybe one of those troll posts, or maybe it was AI generated clickbait, because, you know, that's everywhere these days. But it was Kreek, definitely not some random fake account. So I checked it, and dude, it's actually true. Yeah, a movie about that game. And before we go deeper, if you're as shocked or as excited as I am right now, make sure to click that subscribe button down below. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the month, and if you follow me on X, I'll follow back. Okay, back to it. At first, I genuinely thought this was one of those AI hoaxes, or maybe some random person just trying to farm engagement. But nope, it's real. After I saw KreekCraft's post on X, I checked it again, and it said exactly this. Roblox Grow a Garden is officially becoming a movie, and the company behind it is Story Kitchen, a production company known for adapting video games into film and television. They're teaming up with the creators of Grow a Garden to develop a feature adaptation. And I was like, wait, hold up, I read that right? You heard it right. Grow a Garden, a movie. So after reading that, I jumped straight to the Discord looking for something. You know, the one and only Dawn Discord server. Shout out to that community, by the way. And there it was, in the leaks channel, one of the admins had posted something that literally said, why are we making a Grow a Garden movie? And I'm like, okay, now I'm curious. There was also a link there, so obviously I clicked it, and the link led me to Bloxy News, and they posted this update saying, Roblox is leveling up to the big screen with 3 experiences being adapted into feature films and TV series soon, including Creatures of Scenaria, Jailbreak, and Grow a Garden. So apparently there are 3 Roblox games getting movie or series adaptations. We've got Creatures of Scenaria, which I haven't played yet, Jailbreak, which you know is already iconic, and then Grow a Garden, which is honestly the last thing I ever expected to see on that list. Now, according to the article, Story Kitchen, the company behind this, is the same production house that's worked on adapting big-name games into movies and shows before. Their website even shows titles like the Sonic the Hedgehog trilogy, which, yes, they helped produce. And that already raises the bar a lot higher than I expected. Like, that's not small-time stuff. They've also been involved with Tomb Raider and several other major video game adaptations. So when you realize this is the same team behind those, it's not just some random studio messing around. These are legit professionals who know how to take a game and turn it into something cinematic. And if we look deeper into the article, it says, producers on the film include Dimitri M. Johnson, Michael Lawrence Goldberg, and Timothy I. Stevenson for Story Kitchen, alongside Jeremy Bolt for JB Pictures. Now, Dimitri M. Johnson, that name might sound familiar. He co-founded DJ2 Entertainment. And before Story Kitchen was even a thing, DJ2 was already known as one of the best production companies specializing in adapting video game IPs for TV and film. So yeah, these are not just random people in a garage with a green screen making a fan film. These are professionals who actually know what they're doing. And here's what makes it wild. Story Kitchen themselves said the Grow a Garden movie will be a whimsical, emotional, and unexpectedly epic story about growth, friendship, and the magic that happens when you nurture something from the ground up. And I was like, okay, hold on, that sounds deep, but also, what does that even mean? So first off, let's talk about the word whimsical. If you've played Grow a Garden, you know it's not your typical farming sim. The game is full of personality, mystery, and that weird kind of magic that makes you stop mid-game and go, wait, what just happened? It's lighthearted, colorful, even a little silly at times, but there's also this dreamlike quality that makes the world feel alive. It's cozy, but there's always something strange and fascinating lurking in the background. That's what makes this movie concept so perfect, because Grow a Garden isn't just about farming, it's about discovering stories buried beneath the soil. Then we've got emotional, and that one hits, because if you've played long enough, you know Grow a Garden has always been more than just planting seeds. It's about growth, not just your plants, but you. The friendships, the community, the NPCs, the pets you raise, all those little connections add up. The game has this way of making even the smallest moments feel personal, almost nostalgic. But then comes the part that got everyone's attention. Unexpectedly epic. And that's where things get really interesting. Because if you've been paying attention to the updates, especially during the fall event and the Halloween event part 1, you'd know there's a deeper lore behind this game. Remember when Jandal once said, maybe one day this black hole might destroy the game? What if that line wasn't just a joke? What if it was actually connected to the story? If you've ever gone to the Halloween market, and I know many of you did, you might have noticed those 2 ghost NPCs standing near the big tree in the center. When you talk to them, they mention something about a heartseed that's asleep, and how that's the reason they ended up in the Grow a Garden world. And if you've been around long enough to remember, that heartseed also showed up back in the fall market. That tree-like NPC, he mentioned the same thing. I actually made a vlog about this before. Sadly, I don't have the clips anymore, but for those of you who explored those events, you know what I'm talking about. Those 2 ghost NPCs aren't random. They said they'd come back when the heartseed awakens, and honestly, that still gives me chills. Because it means there's this hidden storyline slowly unfolding with every event. Even the witch with the cauldron from the Halloween market says something cryptic like, "Don't trust the fairies." And you're just standing there thinking, wait, what? Why? What's going on? And that's the thing. Every NPC that has that "Who are you" dialogue button drops these strange little hints that all feel connected somehow. It's like the devs are leaving breadcrumbs, tiny clues scattered across updates, leading us towards something much bigger that hasn't fully revealed itself yet. So when Story Kitchen says this movie will be about growth, friendship, and the magic that happens when you nurture something from the ground up, maybe that's what they're hinting at. Maybe the Grow a Garden movie won't just be about planting seeds and growing crops. Maybe it's about awakening something ancient, something that's been sleeping beneath this world the whole time. Imagine if the black hole Jandal mentioned, the sleeping heartseed, and the mysterious fairies all connect into one massive storyline. A clash between creation and decay, nature and magic, life and corruption. That would be insane. If that's true, then this isn't just some cozy farming story anymore. This might actually be the beginning of something way bigger. A cinematic universe growing from the soil of one of Roblox's most underrated games. And honestly, if you've seen Minecraft the movie, I feel like it might have a similar vibe. A mix of adventure, emotion, and world building. Realistically, I'd guess this Grow a Garden movie could drop around 2026 or 2027. That's just my speculation though, but it makes sense. Animation and story development take time, and if Story Kitchen is involved, they're gonna make sure it looks polished. What if there's an actual fairies vs witches storyline, and the gardeners are the ones who can restore balance to the world? Imagine that. That would be beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, I love these kinds of movies. Even as a grown guy, I still watch them. There's just something magical about stories that start small and grow into something epic. And honestly, if they're smart, they'll sneak in a few Easter eggs or familiar faces for fans. Maybe a Jandal cameo or even subtle nods to the Easter, Safari, and prehistoric events. That would hit hard for the long-time players who've been here since day one. But until we get official updates, all we can say for sure is it's real. It's 100% confirmed. Not satire, not clickbait, and definitely not some April Fool's joke. Grow a Garden, the movie, is officially in development, and honestly, whether it turns out to be surprisingly beautiful or hilariously bad, you know we're all gonna watch it. There's no way we're missing this. So yeah, what do you guys think? Would a Grow a Garden movie actually work, or should they have picked another Roblox title instead? I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. If you enjoy this kind of content, click the sub button and help me reach 10,000 subs by the end of the month. Thank you always for watching, and see you in the next one. Peace out.